Then he went on. He told me go on YouTube. Then he went on TikTok. I told him we can't go on TikTok right now. And plus, I'm trying to build my other platforms instead of just dropping all my knowledge on TikTok all the time. And TikTok, the people appreciate it, but TikTok don't give a good goddamn. So I'm gonna be over here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be over here. We're gonna keep it pushing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Come on, sing it out. Man, we don't gotta worry about that, man. We'll do it over here on our own stream. I said, memory banks too strong to try to drive with. I probably fire armlets on some calm shit. Long firearms, holding what I write a song with. Right or wrong, moving right along. It's a higher form of convo with the gods I'm in dialogue with. I hear the voice of the announcer signing off, rock mine off. Do a Molotov on your doorstep. A bullet from a Glock tore through your cortex. Monarch of melanin. They all relishing the way I'm Ralph McDaniels meets Ralph Ellison. The fine arts is elegant. Yeah, we all just go from here. Official intelligence. Presented to you by the stopper. Tell them cops it's too late to talk to me proper. Them South Philly boys is you off Jimmy Hopper. One hand's in the balance for the talent of Mr. Driver. And if you continue my survive crew, we'll kill you in 5 words. It's not a hot show. What's the most powerful book? It's not the Bible. It's the do as I say do, and not as I do. It's about time we held. It's reliable for survival. Of the most fit, let them quote this. Get the people more than only hope for the hopeless. Knowing the police headquarters is the culprit. Slugs travel out of the full fit and don't miss. I give a fuck about Confederate flags. I got a heart more than America's past. Time to dominate the scene. Let's go. Shine like a treasure taken out of the trash. It gets deep like a bass guitar. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Gene. Let's go, Raj. Trace the car back to where your faith was lost back. And press 6 round the call back. Where the jakes provide risk. What would you call that? Some Freemason type shit. What would you call that? Now we can blind dive into this and just fall back. I face time with the victims, it was just all black. I'm like, what is a gift to the man who's got everything? Freedom is above and beyond DuPont's registry. You ain't racing with the baton, you not getting me. Where you rotating is not the proximity. Yo, it's been about more than just the flesh. It's so ill, I can still never catch my breath. It's so real in the field, so protect your neck. Like you was in the 7th seal playing chess with death. I figured I'd be a sage for the rest of my days. The way I surf on the stage on the press of the wave, like a black pharaoh that suckles on the breast of a slave. When you paste me on the page, don't mess up the name. It goes TAR1I like a monocle, the last astronomical master of these chronicles. Let's go. I break it down to particles and molecules. Dark metal, slick, McGough, a fellow prophet of rage, an audio slave like Morello. I was raised in my formative stage, but it made me to not be afraid. Nor to settle, I'm the one and only son of young Lieutenant Thomas X. Not a twist of common sense, never mind. That's right, Ross, let's go. Absolutely honorless. The spook sat by the door, devil behind the desk. I'm thankful that I'm wide awake for this. Let's go. Any activism is bad for bank business. America's always been safe for straight. Where they at? The trail was telling me for me to fail. The killer bee killed on. Where are you at? It's funny how the new Mark Twain could be Chappelle, and we shut down the starving trend if we prevail. Let's go. I won't do simply a trope. So look, where are these YouTubers? We need to go pick the debate. We picking the scrap, man. What's up? But yeah, I try to go on Z Energy John. He on TikTok. He's like, yo, come over to my page on TikTok. I'm like, no, I don't want TikTok, man. And Z Energy, that's my guy. Well, yeah, Chris. Chris Connors said it, man. He already dominated TikTok. Yeah, man. Dominated the TikTok scene. Now it's time for us to take our consciousness to the world and make this household knowledge, man. This need to be in every household around the world, and this is going to be. And that's what we doing. You see what the earth is waking up. Y'all see it. This, I know y'all starting to see videos of the earth doing certain things. So those offerings, we led a whole offering that went all the way across the country. And into Germany, we got one into Germany. We got an offering in the Ukraine. Yes. Fruits and flowers. Fruits and flowers. We are Cain's offspring, man. Yeah, that's right. They try to act like they try to demonize him, but nah, man, it's time for us to rise up and remember who he was, remember why he done that, remember what was going on. He thought he could purge. The problem was Cain thought he could purge the planet by just killing all the blood sacrifices, but he didn't realize that it was adding to the blood sacrifice. He didn't realize it. And then he got bloodthirsty, and that's what happens when the dark cycle comes. That's what happens. So we spoke about Cain in the other videos. I did a full-blown John on here where we talked about it and talked about where he's from. I'm going to be dropping another video this evening on my Patreon about where he's from and all of that. It's about that time to go ahead and drop those videos on there. Yeah, man. Word, let's go. Let's get it, y'all. What's happening, y'all? Peace, peace, peace. We out here. But yeah, I was trying to go on Z Energy YouTube. I don't know what happened with that. Ain't work out. But tonight we were talking about Pangea. I was gonna go into Pangea because there's a couple fundamental things that they left out in that whole Pangea argument, which in my mind is pretty dumb because they're glaring. It's glaring. And like when you know about it, it's like, how did, yeah, ain't no way. The Gulf of Mexico, right? They just call it the Gulf of Mexico, but that's an energy. That's the energy. That's like the belly button of the world. The belly button of the world, the center of the universe. Where you think it is? Here, right here, center of the universe. But the belly button of the planet, the navel of the planet, is the thermohelian conveyor, man. Straight up and down. You hear me? That's your circulation. That's where your circulation comes from, like your belly button. Like that come from, that's your circulation. That's the planet's circulation. You have the thermohelian conveyor moves trillions of tons of water. I don't even know. It's a lot of tons, man. This earth is 70% water. So how could Africa be up on us like this when and cutting off the thermohelian conveyor? That's impossible. That water is so strong. There's no way in the world you would ever be able to do that. You would ever get that landmass up on top of us like that. That's a lie. It's impossible. Plus the volcanic forces. If that was, we know from the Maya, who their name was the Navas. They were called the Naga. The Naga say that volcanic forces in Mexico down near the Yucatan. And if you look down in Mexico today, down near the Yucatan, there is a lot of volcanic zone that's starting to get active right now. Y'all go look at that. I'm gonna probably do a video on my Patreon about that. But yeah, that thing's starting to get active. We done woke it up because we offered to the planet. We remembering the planet again. We need 144,000. Huh? We're going to get there. We need 144,000, man. But if you look at the volcanic, that's where you get a lot in Mexico, down in that area. Lot of volcanic program, huge volcanic situation down in there. Like they know that. That whole thing is a huge volcano. Like it's the heart of the earth, literally. That's all the heart of the earth right there, man. Segmat, what you doing? So yeah, man. Let's get the likes up, man. My 6 people in here, man. All right. I know we're used to being on YouTube, on TikTok, and be having hundreds of people in there, but we new to YouTube, man. We gotta make our bones, and we gotta start with 7 jokers, 7 of our own people. 7 soldiers out here. We gotta make our bones, man. What you gonna do? Okay? But yeah, we know that volcanic forces right there. That's where you get a lot of basalt right there. When you get volcanic forces, you're gonna get basalt. You see what I'm saying? Wherever you get the volcanic forces at, you're gonna get basalt. Now, West Africa, if it was right up on top of us like that, right? First of all, it would say Pangea would tell you right there that melanated people was first around the world. There was no so-called Native American people that they acting like, oh, we were the first. You ain't the first to nothing. Literally, the Earth was populated a bunch of times over before you even came around, and before you even became a species on the planet. Like you definitely couldn't be native or not native, but you definitely couldn't be. You could be native, but you couldn't be indigenous to these lands. This is the oldest lands on the planet, meaning that life sprung up here. So life sprung up from a melanated person. How could you be indigenous? That don't make sense. You. I know y'all don't got no books on that reservation, but I mean, you too big to be dumb. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, fam. We 7 strong, but strong. We 7 strong. that's our number. This is the 7th cycle we in right now. So yeah, I ain't mad at you. Not at all. 7 is, yeah, let's go. Oh, we got 3 likes? 7 people? We need to get the likes up. Let me see who we got. Yeah. I'd rather have 10 lions than 100 sheep. Gene be talking happy. Yeah, Gene. That's right. But yeah, that's what it really is, though. And if you was right up on top of us, West Africa was on top of us like that, Pangea, when you got them volcanic forces right here in Mexico, why you don't have no basalt on Africa? How? Tell me. Also, you ain't got no sulfur. You don't have no sulfur. So how is you the mom of any damn thing? I don't know. You don't have no sulfur. What are the building blocks of life?
According to nature, as indivisible units of life, the cells of all organisms consist of 4 fundamental macromolecular components: nucleic acids, proteins, lipids, and glycans.
Okay, hold on. Then we gotta have, hold on. Is sulfur a fundamental hold on. Is sulfur a fundamental building block of life?
According to Medicine Libre texts, there are 6 main elements that are the fundamental building blocks of life. They're, in order of least to most common, sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and hydrogen.
You don't have barely none. You don't barely have no sulfur. None. On your whole John. On all of Africa. You even locked into some heads of Easter Island. You ever looked into some heads of Easter Island? The heads of Easter Island, huh? I'll check them out. Hey, Secretary, can we put a note about that? I'm gonna check them out. I'll check them out. See what's there. Sure. But yeah. So if you was up on top of us, you would have basalt on your joint. You would have sulfur because we're like right there with China with the production of sulfur. You would have all that, but you don't have none of that, man. You dry as shit. You dry, man. We ain't do make you like that because you the young lands, man, and we ain't get to you yet. Everybody act like, oh man, yeah, man, no, because we got all the minerals. That's why y'all don't got no minerals. Bullshit. Bullshit. We got gold, silver. We produce more silver than anybody on the planet. They ain't never tell you that, did they? Oh no, it ain't Africa. It's not Africa. It's here. Tamari. We produce more silver than anybody on the planet. Yeah. Gold mines right there in that water, man. They don't tell you about all of that. They just keep that a hush hush because they want you to think that this is mineral rich. You got to have good mineral to have the soil the way it is here. Our soil is way better than African soil. You crazy? Africa got the red soil, man. Can't grow nothing out there. They don't know how to plant the milpa planting system. A lot of them people was blood sacrificing, putting it in the dirt. You curse that land. Curse the land. Today we bringing back our real sacrifice, our real offerings, not sacrifices. We don't do sacrifices. That's y'all doing that. Even the people doing voodoo joints. When you doing voodoo joints, you doing the dark magic. I'm saying the blood part of voodoo, you're doing dark magic. We're in the light cycle, man. We're going up into the light cycle right now. You see the human residents today? Crazy, off the hook. Solar flares acting crazy. Yeah. 200 people in England died in a day the other day. Just from the hellish beings. Gotta go. Gotta go. People like, oh, you being rude, man. That was crazy, man. You just caught them because they died. They complained of headaches, right? UVC running down your back. I told you. After the what I say? I said it. After the solstice, if you are a hellish being, the sun was rising like this and riding the sky. Right? Then when the solstice came, now it's coming up like this and running down your back like hot fish grease. Damn. And that thing got your motherfucking ass out of here. That thing went down your back. I told you. I said it. I said it. I said, wait till that solstice come. That thing gonna be like hot butter fish grease this summer. We just getting on started. Yeah, I went out there. It made me feel good, boy. I felt great. Like I felt like it energized me different than the other sun. It didn't make me. It made me feel like connected or something. It was way different than the other suns feel. It didn't feel the same. It's a weird feeling, man. It's a cool feeling because it energizes you. The other sun didn't really energize you like that. It gave you some energy, kept you alive, but it wasn't like this sun. This sun right here is a whole different sun, yo. Yeah, it's a whole different sun. It is. The sixth sun. That's why the Naga shed his skin. That's what that is. They said, oh, there was 5 other suns that was here. You don't know what you're talking about. The sun goes through stages just like you do. See what I'm saying? Yeah, and then it comes back over and it starts back over just like you do. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a cool situation. When it shed its skin. The last sun, they said it was the fifth sun. I don't know what he's doing. When you ground, yeah, especially now, you're gonna be really getting the energy, man. That's this the sixth sun with the seventh cycle. Seventh cycle, this joint is a special cycle, man. This is a special cycle right here, y'all. We're gonna be moving the consciousness up. We're gonna be powerful. But not in a powerful way like they think, being able to, I'll be able to beat you up, or we don't care about that. You be so powerful you don't give a damn about none of that. I ain't trying, I don't care about it. You gotta cut that out. You be like, yo, you gotta cut that out. I'm doing this over here. You gotta stop. And literally that's how you be powerful in that way. You don't even care about, because they just, you know what I mean? The ones on this planet that are that just ain't gonna ever get it. And there's gonna be a lot of population. There's gonna be a huge population on this planet that just never gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And they that's what it is. But you got the melanin to stay on the planet, but you have a different like the planter and the offer and all that was different than the priest, and the priest had their job, and each priest had their own job. Like, you just dealt with one energy. What the and even the priests who weren't connected to the energies of the certain pyramid building, the priest and the priestess, they would take care of the certain animals. Like, each one had to take care of each different animal. That's how it was. That's how we did. That's why they was like, everybody said we lived in harmony with the animals, because we did. We fed them. They literally we were theirs, and they were, you know what I mean? Like that. Like, with what we ate, if we didn't eat it, we didn't give it to them. You know what I mean? Like, we treated them like ourselves. You know what I mean? We don't do that anymore. I'll tell you what, if you had a pet cow and he was around you all the time, you would see that they have a personality. Like, they're actual beings. You know, it's not like, and then when you eat a hamburger, you're like, damn. You're like, hey. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That's why it makes me crazy, makes me not want to eat animals. You know what I mean? Because the new sun's here, you know what I mean? And I know better now, you know what I mean? And I got to do better than that. I'm working on all the phases of my life on that level. You know what I mean? Because I don't want them eating me. I don't want them eating me. I don't want them putting me on no burger. If they had the consciousness where they can make a burger out of me, they was like, oh man, I'm gonna go get that. Yeah, I like the curly haired ones. They're just right, and you know what I mean. You wouldn't like that, so I'm really trying to move away from doing that. But yeah, Pangea, like I said, that has to do with moving right along with that subject. Oh, you got the Denavas, the underworld Denavas. Who's that? You from my stream? Underworld Denavas? Yeah, you are, right? From TikTok. I like that. That's the real name of the that's the real name of the Naga, the Maya. Yes. The Navas right here, my man's name right there. That's their name. That's their real name. That's their real name. We should get a segment. Write that down. We need to get a T-shirt, the Nava T-shirt. I want to have that. I love that, man. Yeah, but Pangea never was anything. That's a whole lie. It's a fallacy. They wanted to keep on having you think that Africa, but there ain't nothing. Nothing was established on Africa yet, man. The tribes that got kicked out of here is on Africa. Not just the tribes that got kicked out of there. Like they say, oh, you're from West Africa. Oh yeah? How? Well, which will? Oh, one of those Mandinka tribes. How? Mandinka ain't from there. Mandinka tribes ain't from there. The Mali and all of them, they're not from there. They moved there in the 1300s. Great Mandinka migration. 1300. Go check it out. They're not from there. They're not from West Africa. None of them. Migrated into there. So, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It don't even, like, people don't realize, yeah, Black Sea, what up, baby? You don't realize what they're saying. You don't even know what you're talking about. Every African tribe got a migration story to where they're at. Right. And then but like so like if you move, like say like you live like right now in Nigeria, right? Or not say, no, let's just stick with the Mali, right? Say like you're the Mali, but you migrated from the east into the west, right? Meaning from us, because they say they come from Timbuktu, right? But there's a Timbuktu in Mali, in West Africa. But they say you come from Timbuktu, meaning in the 1300s, you migrated into there, created a new Timbuktu. But your old Timbuktu, they say they don't know where it's at. But that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Timbuktu was in New York. That's right. Yeah, Black Seed, I know you be in the streams. Yeah, you know. They was wicked. They was evil. That's what the elder here said. The elder here we spoke to on the live stream said that the Mandinka tribes were trying to take over the world. That's what he told me. Everybody, I had 200 on my TikTok. We'll have in 2 hours, we'll have 7,000 people, 10,000 people, 11,000 people come through there. So a lot of people heard him say that. I'm saying all through at one, not at once, but we'll have 250, sometimes up to 500 people in there, depending on if we're debating or something. So, yeah, a lot of people heard him say that. It wasn't just me in there. I asked him a couple specific questions, and he straight up told us. He was like, "Yeah, the Mandinka tried to take the world over," and when he said that, I was like, "Makes a lot of sense." And they got their asses kicked out of here. That's what happened. So they say they come from Timbuktu. Timbuktu is in New York, man. People don't know that. That's way upstate New York. Like they try to take our tribes and then put them up in an area, take over their area. Yeah. Timbuktu is in New York and is right up there next to, guess where? The oldest forest in the planet, where that fossil forest is. Man, yo, you better get out of here. You ain't ready. Timbuktu is in New York, man. Who got the correct spelling in here? Yeah, it is. It is. The real Timbuktu. Yes. Old as hell. When you know all them trees is up there because they try to put them up on that land because then they had to try to get them to cut down all them trees. But you ain't supposed to be cutting down them trees. That's what make the water run through that land. Why are you doing that? You see what I'm saying? People don't realize that that's what keep the water come through that land. And when you do that with the trees, you're going to make a Texas or you're going to make a Arizona. When you tear all the trees down, you can't have the like the redwoods. The redwoods used to come all the way through the country before white people came here. Yes, the redwoods came all the way through North America, all the way through, not just on the West Coast. That's all we have left, 5% of them. Yes, Cairo, New York. It's a yes. If you look, here go Cairo, New York. If you look over here, take the map. Take the map. And you go over here a little bit, a few miles, you're going to see Timbuktu. That's what you're going to see. Go look up the project they did in Timbuktu, where they juked our people. I should do a video on that because I ain't expound. I can literally expound on all the videos I did, man. And that's what I'm gonna really start doing on my joint because there's a lot more information in there. A lot more. Yeah, they did a whole project up there. What they did was they displaced some of the tribes from in New York, and so people didn't know, and they was out of the way. They put them up in a place called Timbuktu. It was a real place. Timbuktu, you know, that's what we call like, oh, that's out in a goddamn Timbuktu somewhere. You know what I mean? But that's why it's called that. Because it's way upstate New York, man. People don't realize, people know New York as like this little city. It's like not like a major city, but they know it as just that. Man, New York is huge. New York is huge. Huge. And there's forests, all kind of stuff up in New York, though. I'm telling you. So they try to put those displaced tribesmen up in Timbuktu and say, yo, y'all start the thing there. But they ain't know is there wasn't no farmland there. It was all forest. All forest. So they had to cut down the forest to even start anything. So they basically got them to do the labor for free by saying, yo, this is your land. But then when they go to the land, it's like, ain't nothing but trees everywhere. How you going? You gotta take the trees out. It is like that. And a lot of people didn't make it. I think only one family was left up there. There's a whole story about it. But it's a really cool story. Not cool, but, you know, it's the really good information, I'll say. It ain't cool because they was on some bullshit. But that's where the Mandinka come from. And when I asked the elder that's from up there and had family up in Timbuktu, sister Miss September, her papa, her grandfather, that's who I asked. And he was like, yes. I said, do you know anything about the Mandinka? Because I know they up from Timbuktu. I was like, what happened with them? And he was like, they try to take over. They're evil. They try to take over the world. When I hear that, I know that they're practicing blood magic. I know what you're doing. I know what you did. I know that's why they said you migrated from the east. You got your ass kicked out of here. You got kicked up out of here, good brother. And that's what happened with the Mandinka. Now the Mandinka, like today, like I said, they're known as West African, but they migrated there. So people don't be doing their homework and then they just let people tell them any old thing. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? If they say, oh, you from West Africa, it's like, how? when the tribes in West Africa now not even from West Africa. The tribes in West Africa today aren't even from West Africa. That's why when you get it, that's how you get them. Like, oh, you're from West Africa, but I'll tell you what, where they might, y'all share it out, yes. But the thing is I bet you this: if you ask somebody right now from West Africa, from Mali, if they're from East Africa, they'll be like, oh hell no. On West Coast, we settled this land. This is our land. This is where we from, right here. You see? So what you talking about, man? What you talking about, man? You settled this, right? But you're not from there. Like if you find out where the South African tribes are from, right? The San, whatever, right? If they got a migration, they have a migration, right? You say, okay, are you from where you're from? And they'll say, yeah, we're from here. We settled this place right here. But you'd be like, yo, okay, well, what about your migration story from into where you came from? Like you have a migration story to here, but what about your migration to where you came from? What about that? You feel like talking about that? Oh, right. You see what I'm saying? Because yeah, you came from Timbuktu and you settled a new Timbuktu. All of these things. So yeah, they're not from there. And I could tell you right there's another way, you know. All of this stuff don't come out of no Africa, man. All this stuff don't come out of no Africa. We just started settling that area. You can see that the people who left there practicing the blood magic, they're not doing no planting barely. We got rainforest, man. We got the Congo. Man, the Congo is not no food producer, man. I'll say it again. The Congo is not a huge food producer, man. It has some fruits and veggies, but not like no Amazon rainforest or nothing like that, boss. You can go ahead and cut that out now. It ain't like no Amazon rainforest. You ain't got no mangoes, papayas, all of that. Pumpkins, peppers, squash, peanut. You don't have all that going on over there in that rainforest. You got to cut it out right now. Stop it. Cut the shit. You don't got it. You don't got it. If we got anybody that let me see, a lot of people ain't ready for this. A lot of people ain't ready for it. Nah, you're right, Roz. They're not ready for that information, but they gonna hear it. They gonna hear it. Because when you tracing people, you gotta trace what they eat, man. Can't just be like, yo, we're gonna trace all the migrations. All right, but go ahead and trace them, but you gotta know the dirt first. You gotta know dirt first. How you gonna do that? You gotta learn how the dirt makes water run through the land. Then you can start creating streams, and that's like the Amazon. That's what people don't realize. Like, not when I say the Amazon rainforest was created, I ain't just saying that. What I'm saying is the earthwork of the Amazon River. That's man-made. That didn't just happen like that. And the Mississippi didn't just happen like that. The Nile River did not just happen like that. Like they don't never say that. They always want you focusing on pyramids and shit like that. But things like that, but not shit but things, excuse me. Yeah, but the Amazon River itself, we made it. We made it. The Amazon River itself, we made it. So the Mississippi River, we made it. Didn't just come like that. We made it. Yeah, and it flows backwards, right? Does it flow backwards? Oh, okay. Right. Goldie Miracle check. Yes, it got created. The Amazon rainforest got created. And that right there, that Amazon River fed the whole continent, just like the Mississippi does. All the branches of it feeds the whole continent just about. Yo, peace, peace. So yeah, man. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So there's no way that these Africa, there's too many different discrepancies, dog. You don't got no sulfur. You ain't got no water. You ain't got no sulfur in your soil. You in trouble right away. Not only that, but all canals around the world, who y'all think built those? Exactly. We built all that stuff. That's an earthwork. Those are earthworks. And they don't ever talk about that. They never talk about that. They never speak on that ever. You see what I'm saying? They never talk about none of the because they're right now they're just trying to make sure that their offspring and their generations have these lands, man. Y'all don't realize how important these lands are. Like for the people who act like Africa is the spot. Yes, that's right. Cooking with Lila, yes. Yeah, they try to make Africa look so good to you, but it ain't nothing there. There ain't nothing there. There's beautiful countryside just like everywhere in the world there is. 90% of the Amazon plants are hyper dominant. Yes, that's right. That's right. Hyper dominant. What does that mean? Nope. Nope what? Nope what? Cooking with Lily. Yes, they are. But they come from 227 hyperdominant trees. So, and they made millions of species of plants. It's a fact. Yes. Hyperdominant. What does that mean? What I just said. It made all the other species of trees, like the so-called African American. We made all the other species of trees on this planet, all the other species of people, all the other nationalities. We are the hyperdominant race of the planet. Y'all gotta get used to it. Y'all gotta get used to that. And the star fours around the world showing scarred sacred geometry, another from earthworks up. That's a fact, man. We the hyperdominant, right? We the hyperdominant people of the planet. Our culture, the culture of the planet trickles down from us. Period. Just how it is. Not just that, but we are responsible for every race on the planet, and they follow our culture, so their culture comes from our culture. Their languages come from us. The Olmec is the mother and father of the Manding languages. Manding. What's that mean? Comes from the word mend. Men means it's like baby cries, like they say ba, ka, like the beginning of language. Ba, ba, like a baby not wanting something. Ka, ka. That's what that is. That's your chakra sounds. Yeah. The beginning of the language, period. Point blank. So, yeah, because at one point we didn't, that's why people, oh, were they the oldest people on the planet? The Olmec? No. No, the Olmec was not the oldest civilization. No. And they're way older than they say that they are. They're way older than some 2000 BC or whatever they say, 14 BC. No. No. We're talking about, man, these people came in the last cycle. The last cycle. Yeah, the last up cycle, the last light cycle. That's 3,600 years we've been in the dark cycle. So it was, I guess it was about 5,000 BC for the last time with the Olmec. But we've been here for hundreds of millions of years. So when people keep on talking about, is that the beginning of nah, that's not the beginning of none of that. And some of those pyramids, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, nah, because the newest pyramids are Africa. They're the newest ones. You start seeing the evolution of the pyramid, because really you don't see how they really looked, because the limestone went all the way down and there was a gold cap on the top. That's the evolution. You can see the evolution. So they had to be 36. That was the last 36. Yeah, they was before the Asian and all that, man. They before the Asian pyramids and all that stuff. So that had to have been a long ass time ago. That had to have been, man. I had to do the math on it. But that's got to be a long ass time ago, because the Asian pyramids are 8,000 years old. So you even take it back from there. You see that stuff is old, man. Way older than the Asian pyramids. Way older. Oh, yeah. Why you see it? Well, Lily, what are you talking about? Nope. What are you talking about? What is you just like saying nope and yep? Is that your thing? Cool, man. Do your thing. On your notes, go, you got to make sure you bring some people down in here, see what happens to them. Because we got all the information. I love nope and yups. YouTube, take me to your leader. Take me to all your leaders. Pan-African leaders. Take me over there. We're going to be jumping into live stream. And I was working on StreamYard earlier. Y'all probably seen the video up there. I was working on that joint earlier. So we're almost connected. I got a computer get ready to be here on Friday. So we'll have all our stuff all squared away by this weekend. An argument with the lesson. No argument. I don't have no arguments for you. I will say that what I'm telling you is the truth. I will tell you that the ancestors speak through me, man. I want to pay divine honors to the sun. I want to pay divine honors to the universe. I want to pay divine honors to the ancestors and divine honors to our planet. That's what I want to do. That's why she waking up, yo. Yo, Gab gotta get up, yo. We waking him up. Gab, Newt is calling for you, dog. You gotta get up, homie. I gotta put my feet to the ground so you can hear what I'm telling you. Whoever disagreed can come up here with the receipts, everybody, with the respect. Yeah. We respect everybody. Bring the respect, but bring your receipts. bring some. No, I'm telling you, you gotta believe me. No, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what age we're in? Do you know what age we're in? You know how many lies was told? We don't do belief anymore. Do you hear me? None of our people should be don't believe nothing. What do you believe in? I don't believe in nothing. I don't believe in belief. Straight up. I don't believe in belief. I think you bumped your head on a sunflower seed. Tripped over a piece of gum and bumped your head on a spicy sunflower seed. One of the red hot ones. Bust your hair right on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But right now, it's I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about. But we got the new sun. The earth is starting to respond. You see what I'm saying? We did the offering all the way across the country, y'all. We woke the planet up. You see where these things are happening, right? Right here. That stuff happening right here in North and South America, because it's all gonna start here. It's all gonna start here again. If we ain't do what we're doing, it wouldn't. Do you think Africa's doing? I was talking to the people. She was like, "Yeah, I just all I do as soon as we feel like any kind of thing, we take the chicken out back and we put the blood on the ground." I was like, "What? You put the blood on the ground?" Look, blood sacrifices left as soon as I came in here. You came in, I started talking about the communion. Oh, watch. Blood sacrifices, go! It's a lot of them out here, man. Communion drinkers, grape juice drinkers. Grape apes, I like to call them. You a grape ape? Huh? You want to eat some Ritz crackers? Huh? Let's get them like I think you're only allowed to like it one time, I think. I think after you like it once, I think that's it. On here. You can't get 100,000 likes and no shit, right? That's funny. But man, we're gonna close it down here in like 7 minutes. They gave me one like. All you're gonna need is one like on this whole live stream. But we got like 7 minutes. We're gonna shut it down. We did a little quick hour. I said I'll come on here, but we're gonna go back to trying to figure out get these live streams connected. We'll be doing stream Z Energy and a couple other people. We're gonna try to pick some fights on here. Yeah, you little skin chip eaters, man. You like skin chips and grape juice. Weird combination. Let's see. I was saying, I heard of coffee and donuts and peanut butter and jelly and chocolate milk and regular milk and cookies. But a rich cracker and grape juice and blood chip and a skin chip and blood meal. Damn, y'all is acting crazy out here. You can tap the screen and I got 9 likes. Nah, I don't see. I got 9 likes. Unless they don't count it. Nah, they're not counting that shit. I I got more people in here than I got likes. At least match the likes up with the people. Could you match up my likes, please? We ain't getting out of here till these likes match up, God damn it. Look, and y'all stubborn too. Look, the 13, the other, look, they took away a like. I had a lot. I said that and they took a like away. That was, y'all ill on this channel. We're gonna have to, I gotta get into some scraps. Everybody want me getting into. I thought I did. That's cool, man. Y'all don't forget to donate, y'all. Go donate. We need more donations. We got none yesterday, none the day before. 0 zeros. We got 2 zeros and zeros. And we got that trip coming. So we need donations. Go donate. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna be shutting it down. If you got any questions, go ahead. Feel free to go ahead and drop that question before we get out of here. You got 4 minutes. Yes, there go my John right there. At the Cash App, at the TheEarthSpeaks on Cash App. Yeah, I gotta get going. We're trying to set up the stream so where I can drop the receipts in the stream. Because what's gonna happen is, let me tell you about a little bit of what I'm doing. Oh, right now, Segment done put our platform on all the platforms, but it's connected to a joint called Streamlabs. So Streamlabs, we're gonna be connected to YouTube, TikTok, Discord, Patreon, everything. You see what I'm saying? Facebook, all in one joint. YouTube, all in one joint. And I'll be able to drop receipts on the joint, and I can have guests come up. If you have a YouTube, you can come up in my stream. You see what I'm saying? That's all you got to do is like create a quick YouTube real quick. And then I can literally have you up into the chat. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's what we're doing right now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we about to turn it up. Shout out to Segment all the time. Segment, she putting that thing together, man. We're doing one-on-one sessions. You got to join the Patreon. Jen, are you in the Patreon? I think you are, actually. Gene, excuse me. Yeah, Gene's in there. Yeah, you in there. This is, guys, Sheila Jen. I'm here with your buddy. I'm going to pick up. But this is funny. I'm here with your buddy. Is going pick up. Huh? Hey, rich boy. Hey, I tell you what, I don't know really exactly who you are. This is the guy. She love him. I'm here with your buddy. You're here with my buddy. With me? Okay, anyway. Message Patreon, Gene. Yes, message Patreon. And then go on the Discord and we'll do the one-on-one on there. If you got a question or any of that kind of stuff. We'll get you on the phone call. Get Segment, holler at Segment. She gonna put you in the pocket for the phone call time frame. She'll give you the time when the phone call happens. You gotta go on the Patreon. I know some of y'all are on there. You gotta go on the Patreon so you can get the one-on-one. If you have one-on-one questions or you want to tell me something, or if you want to do alignment ceremony, if you want to like align yourself back to the planet, literally I can align you back to the planet. You feel like a brand new feel like a brand new kid. Miss September in here. Hey, Miss September. That's Miss September? Where? Gene? Oh, I see you. Hey. Need a new pick. Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in. We're gonna be doing live from Streamlab. Streamlab is gonna let us drop the receipts in all these platforms. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start off with the live stream on TikTok, but I have to cut it off. I'm gonna have to cut that joint off because I can't say certain things in it, and they're gonna ban my channel. They're gonna ban my channel. They're literally looking to ban my channel right now. Right now, they on my ass. They're looking to ban that channel. Straight up. They're shadow banning it right now. Like if you go look up my name right now, you can't find it on. You can't find my John on there. They shadow banning me. Shadow banning my content, everything. Normally my content goes into the 50,000s right away. Like the next day my John will be in 20, 30s and stuff like that, 30,000s. Now it's barely getting 1,000, 1,500 looks, shit like that, 1,500 views. No bullshit. They're messing with my John because they don't want me. They don't want me to win. And they cut my live stream off, so I ain't dropping no more Johns in there. My videos is dropping Patreon. Patreon, baby. Don't forget to donate. We need the donations. We got that trip about to come up, man. We need donations. We ain't had no donations really all week because we haven't been on TikTok, and I do get a lot more donations on there and you know gifts and things like that. So I do make money in that way, and that money goes towards our trip. So without that, we need to. I already paid for the whole trip except for we need to still be able to do things down there, things we have to get to. So go donate. Cash App is at the Earth Speaks, $EarthSpeak at the Earth Speaks, the Earth Speaks, $the Earth Speaks. So I appreciate y'all coming in this evening, man. I want to pay divine honors to the universe again. I want to pay divine honors to the sun, our sixth sun, coming bringing the seventh cycle. We appreciate that. I want to pay divine honors to our ancestors for leaving all this information. I appreciate you, so we can get back to our knowledge again. And I want to pay divine honors to our planet. Period. Point blank. And divine honors to y'all. You know, everybody, the people that's rocking with me, stay rocking with me. So we still got a long road ahead, man. I appreciate you. Peace, Miss September. I appreciate you. So yeah, we're gonna get on out of here. Of course, I appreciate my moderator, Sec Matt. Right now, time today, Miss September. I'm gonna put you on the joint real quick. Let me mod you up real quick. All right, you up in there. You got the mod. Don't kick nobody. We gotta wait until we get, we need right now, we're just getting on this platform. So the naysayers can stay in here because we want the debates with their leaders or them themselves. We want your leader or you yourself. Period. We will lay it down on you up on this platform. So there it is. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, don't forget to donate, man. Cash App, $ at TheEarthSpeak. $ TheEarthSpeaks. I appreciate you. Divine honors to the universe, divine, yes. I appreciate you. And as always, peace to the gods and the goddess of our universe.